Released in 2019, Avengers: Endgame wasn't just another superhero movie. It became one of the biggest cinematic events in history. The film broke box office records, earned nearly $2.8 billion worldwide, and brought an unforgettable conclusion to over a decade of Marvel storytelling. But 7 years have passed since then, and the cast has changed a lot. Some actors have returned to the Marvel universe, others have focused on new blockbuster projects, while a few have stepped away from superhero films altogether. So, what do the stars of Avengers: Endgame look like today? What are they doing now? And how have their careers changed since saying goodbye to Earth's mightiest heroes? Let's find out. 1. Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man. There's no better place to start than with the man who built the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In Avengers: Endgame, Robert Downey Jr. delivered one of the most emotional performances of his career as Tony Stark. After years of protecting the world, Iron Man made the ultimate sacrifice by using the Infinity Stones to defeat Thanos once and for all. His final words, "I am Iron Man," instantly became one of the most iconic moments in movie history. Back in 2019, Robert was 54 years old and instantly recognizable with his signature goatee, dark hair, and confident Tony Stark style. Fans around the world couldn't imagine the MCU without him. Fast forward to 2026, and Robert looks noticeably more mature, sporting gray hair and a neatly trimmed beard. Even though he's older, his charisma hasn't faded one bit. He continues to be one of Hollywood's most respected actors. After leaving the role of Iron Man, Robert explored different film projects, expanded his production company, and invested in technology and environmental businesses. But the biggest surprise came when Marvel officially revealed that he would return to the MCU, not as Iron Man, but as the legendary villain Dr. Doom. The announcement shocked fans worldwide and instantly became one of the biggest moments in Marvel history. Today, Robert is not only an award-winning actor, but also a successful producer and entrepreneur. His incredible comeback story, from career struggles to becoming one of Hollywood's biggest stars, continues to inspire millions of people around the world. But while Iron Man sacrificed everything, another Avenger chose a very different ending. 2. Chris Evans. Captain America Chris Evans spent nearly a decade playing Steve Rogers, the brave soldier who became Captain America. Throughout the Marvel films, he represented courage, loyalty, and selflessness, making him one of the franchise's most beloved heroes. In Endgame, after returning the Infinity Stones to their rightful timelines, Steve made a life-changing decision. Instead of coming back to the present, he stayed in the past to finally live the peaceful life he had always dreamed of with Peggy Carter. Years later, an elderly Steve returned to pass his iconic shield to Sam Wilson, creating one of the most emotional endings in the entire MCU. Back in 2019, Chris Evans was known for his clean-cut superhero appearance and athletic physique. His Captain America costume became one of the most recognizable superhero suits ever created. Today, in 2026, Chris has embraced a more mature style. With his beard, relaxed fashion sense, and confident personality, he looks quite different from the young super soldier fans first met in 2011. Since leaving Marvel, Chris has appeared in action films, thrillers, romantic comedies, and dramatic roles, proving that he is much more than just Captain America. He has also become involved in charitable causes, and often uses his platform to support important social issues. One fun fact many fans love is his close bond with his rescue dog Dodger. Their photos and videos regularly go viral, making Dodger one of Hollywood's most famous celebrity pets. But the next Avenger didn't just change his hairstyle over the years. He completely transformed his body. Part 3. Chris Hemsworth. Thor. When audiences first met Thor in 2011, he was introduced as the powerful god of thunder with unmatched confidence and incredible strength. But by the time Avengers: Endgame arrived, fans saw a completely different side of the character. After failing to stop Thanos in Infinity War, Thor blamed himself for the destruction of half the universe. The guilt pushed him into depression, and he isolated himself in New Asgard, spending his days playing video games with Korg and Meek. His unexpected physical transformation quickly became one of the most talked about moments in the film. While many viewers laughed at first, the movie also showed that heroes can struggle with mental health, just like anyone else. During the final battle, however, Thor proved that he was still worthy. Wielding both Stormbreaker and Mjolnir, he fought alongside Iron Man and Captain America in one of the greatest superhero battles ever filmed. Back in 2019, Chris Hemsworth shocked fans with Thor's heavier appearance. Today in 2026, he has returned to his incredible athletic physique through years of intense training and disciplined fitness routines. At 42 years old, he remains one of Hollywood's biggest action stars. Outside of Marvel, Chris has continued starring in major action films, while also focusing on his health and wellness brand. He often shares workout routines, travel adventures, and family moments with his wife and children, giving fans a glimpse into his life away from the spotlight. Despite playing one of Marvel's most powerful heroes, Chris is widely known as one of the friendliest and funniest actors in Hollywood. His behind-the-scenes jokes with the cast have become fan favorites over the years. But while Thor possessed the power of a god, the next Avenger relied on nothing more than courage, skill, and determination. 4. Scarlett Johansson. Black Widow Scarlett Johansson became one of the original faces of the Marvel Cinematic Universe when she first appeared as Natasha Romanoff, better known as Black Widow. Unlike many of her teammates, Natasha had no superpowers. Instead, she relied on intelligence, combat skills, and years of experience as one of the world's greatest spies. In Avengers Endgame, Black Widow made the ultimate sacrifice on Vormir. Knowing that only one person could survive, Natasha gave her life so Hawkeye could return with the Soul Stone. Her emotional farewell remains one of the most heartbreaking scenes in the entire Marvel franchise. Back in 2019, Scarlett's red hair and black tactical suit had become iconic among Marvel fans. Her action sequences were praised for feeling realistic and grounded, making Black Widow one of the MCU's most respected heroes. Now in 2026, Scarlett has embraced a more elegant and sophisticated style. While she occasionally appears on screen, she has expanded her career by working as a producer and developing projects behind the camera. She continues to be one of Hollywood's most influential actresses. An interesting fact about Scarlett is that she has been one of the highest-paid actresses in the world multiple times during her career. Beyond acting, she has also lent her voice to several successful animated films and has received numerous award nominations for dramatic performances. Although Natasha's journey came to an emotional end, Scarlett's career continues to grow with exciting new projects and business ventures. But the next Avenger proved that intelligence can sometimes be even more powerful than brute strength. 5. Mark Ruffalo. Hulk Mark Ruffalo joined the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Bruce Banner, the brilliant scientist who transforms into the unstoppable Hulk. Over the years, fans watched Banner struggle to balance his intelligence with the uncontrollable monster inside him. By the time Endgame begins, Bruce has finally achieved something he spent years trying to accomplish. Instead of fighting against the Hulk, he successfully combines both personalities, creating the version fans now know as Professor Hulk. With Banner's mind and Hulk's strength working together, he becomes one of the most important members of the team. One of the film's most powerful moments comes when Hulk uses the Infinity Stones to reverse Thanos' snap. Even though the energy permanently damages his arm, he chooses to endure the pain because he knows billions of lives depend on him. Back in 2019, Mark Ruffalo looked much younger with darker hair and his familiar Bruce Banner appearance. Today, in 2026, he has embraced a more mature look, featuring gray hair and a neatly trimmed beard that reflects his years of experience. Outside the Marvel Universe, Mark has earned praise for his performances in dramatic films and television series. He is also passionate about environmental causes and frequently supports climate awareness campaigns. Fans admire him not only for his acting, but also for his commitment to making a positive impact in the real world. Unlike the larger-than-life Hulk, Mark is often described by his co-stars as one of the kindest and most humble people in Hollywood. But if there's one Avenger who proved that you don't need superpowers to become a hero, it's the next person on our list. 6. Jeremy Renner. Hawkeye. Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye has always been the most grounded member of the Avengers. Armed with nothing more than a bow, arrows, and years of training, Clint Barton repeatedly stood beside gods, billionaires, and super soldiers without ever backing down. After losing his entire family during Thanos' snap, Clint transformed into the ruthless vigilante known as Ronin. Consumed by grief, he spent years hunting dangerous criminals around the world, before the remaining Avengers gave him hope by offering a chance to bring everyone back. His emotional reunion with his family at the end of Endgame became one of the movie's happiest moments, reminding audiences that even ordinary heroes deserve extraordinary endings. In 2019, Jeremy appeared in peak physical condition, perfectly fitting the role of Marvel's Master Archer. Today, in 2026, he looks more mature, with shorter hair and a rugged beard that reflects both experience and resilience. Perhaps the most inspiring chapter of Jeremy's life happened off-screen. After surviving a devastating snowplow accident that left him with multiple serious injuries, he spent months recovering through determination and rehabilitation. Against all odds, he returned to public life, acting and television, inspiring millions of fans around the world with his remarkable comeback. Away from Hollywood, Jeremy is also passionate about music and often spends time writing songs and performing whenever his schedule allows. But while Hawkeye's greatest weapon was precision, the next Avenger's greatest strength was something much smaller and far more unexpected. 7. Paul Rudd. Ant-Man. When Paul Rudd first appeared as Scott Lang in Ant-Man, many fans saw him as the funniest member of the Avengers. His sarcastic humor, awkward personality, and relatable attitude made him stand out from the rest of the team. But in Avengers Endgame, Scott proved that he was much more than comic relief. After spending what felt like only a few hours inside the quantum realm, Scott returned to discover that 5 years had passed in the real world. This unexpected event led him to propose the idea of using the quantum realm for time travel, a plan that eventually became the foundation of the Avengers' mission to collect the Infinity Stones. Without Ant-Man's idea, the time heist would never have happened, making Scott Lang one of the most important heroes in the entire movie. Back in 2019, Paul Rudd was already famous for looking much younger than his actual age. His youthful appearance became an internet joke, with fans constantly asking if he had discovered the secret to aging backwards. Now, in 2026, very little has changed. At 57 years old, Paul still looks remarkably youthful, and many fans continue to joke that he simply doesn't age. Outside the Marvel Universe, Paul has remained busy with comedy films, family movies, and television projects. His natural charm and comedic timing have made him one of Hollywood's most likable actors for more than 3 decades. A fun fact about Paul is that he was named People magazine's Sexiest Man Alive in 2021. The announcement surprised even Paul himself, who joked that his friends would probably tease him about it for years. But while Ant-Man relied on shrinking technology, the next Avenger depended on one of the most advanced armored suits ever created. 8. Don Cheadle. War Machine Don Cheadle brought James Rhodes, better known as War Machine, to life as one of Tony Stark's closest friends and most trusted allies. Throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Rhodey remained loyal to both his country and the Avengers, proving that true friendship means standing together even during impossible situations. In Avengers Endgame, War Machine played a crucial role during the time heist, before joining the final battle against Thanos. Even after the Avengers' headquarters collapsed, Rhodey continued fighting despite being trapped beneath the rubble. His determination perfectly represented the never-give-up attitude that defines every Avenger. Back in 2019, Don Cheadle's military-inspired appearance and powerful War Machine armor made him one of the MCU's most underrated heroes. Today, in 2026, Don has embraced a more distinguished look with gray hair and a mature style. While he may not receive as much attention as some of Marvel's biggest stars, he continues to deliver outstanding performances in both films and television. Outside Marvel, Don has appeared in award-winning dramas, crime series, and biographical films. He has earned multiple prestigious nominations throughout his career, proving his incredible range as an actor. Beyond acting, Don is also deeply involved in humanitarian work and environmental causes, supporting organizations that focus on global development and climate awareness. Although War Machine often fought alongside Iron Man, another hero entered the battlefield with powers that seemed almost limitless. 9. Brie Larson, Captain Marvel. When Captain Marvel finally arrived in Avengers Endgame, she instantly reminded everyone why she is considered one of the strongest heroes in the Marvel Universe. Although Carol Danvers appeared only briefly during the film, every scene had a major impact. She rescued Tony Stark and Nebula from deep space, destroyed Thanos' massive warship within seconds during the final battle, and nearly defeated the Mad Titan in a one-on-one fight before he used the Power Stone against her. Her incredible strength, speed, and energy abilities made her one of the most powerful characters the Avengers had ever fought beside. Back in 2019, Brie Larson impressed audiences with her athletic transformation for the role. Months of intense strength training allowed her to perform many physically demanding scenes with confidence. Fast forward to 2026, and Brie continues to maintain a healthy and active lifestyle. She frequently shares workout videos, behind-the-scenes moments, and personal experiences with fans, inspiring many people to focus on fitness and self-improvement. Outside Marvel, Brie has expanded her career by acting, producing films, and creating online content. Long before becoming Captain Marvel, she had already won the Academy Award for Best Actress, making her one of the most accomplished performers in the MCU. She is also known for supporting educational programs and encouraging young women to pursue careers in film and creative industries. But even Captain Marvel's incredible powers couldn't compare to the next hero's ability to manipulate time itself. 10. Benedict Cumberbatch. Doctor Strange. Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange may not have had the most screen time in Avengers Endgame, but without him, the Avengers would never have won. During Infinity War, Strange looked into over 14 million possible futures and discovered that only one outcome ended in victory. Throughout Endgame, he carefully guided events toward that single timeline without revealing too much to anyone. The most unforgettable moment came during the final battle, when Tony Stark looked toward Doctor Strange for reassurance. Without saying a single word, Strange quietly raised one finger, confirming that this was the one future where the Avengers could succeed. That silent gesture changed everything. Back in 2019, Benedict's sharp hairstyle, signature goatee, and red cloak of levitation made Doctor Strange one of Marvel's most recognizable characters. Today, in 2026, Benedict looks more refined than ever. His distinguished appearance and powerful screen presence continue to make him one of Britain's most respected actors. Outside the MCU, Benedict has starred in historical dramas, psychological thrillers, and major streaming productions. His deep voice has also made him a popular narrator for documentaries and animated projects. Interestingly, many fans first discovered Benedict through his critically acclaimed performance as Sherlock Holmes, years before he ever joined Marvel. But while Doctor Strange protected reality with magic, the next hero won millions of hearts simply by being the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. 11. Tom Holland Spider-Man. When Tom Holland first stepped into the role of Spider-Man, he quickly became one of the most beloved actors in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. His youthful energy, humor, and emotional performances made Peter Parker feel more relatable than ever before. In Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man returned after Hulk reversed Thanos' snap. His emotional reunion with Tony Stark became one of the film's most touching moments. During the final battle, Peter was trusted with carrying the Infinity Gauntlet across the battlefield while fighting countless enemies. Even though he was one of the youngest Avengers, he never backed down from danger. Back in 2019, Tom Holland was only 23 years old. His youthful appearance perfectly matched the high school version of Peter Parker, and fans praised him for bringing both innocence and confidence to the role. Now, in 2026, Tom has grown into one of Hollywood's biggest young stars. His appearance has become more mature, but he still carries the same charm that made audiences fall in love with his version of Spider-Man. Outside Marvel, Tom has taken on challenging roles in action films, psychological dramas, and adventure movies, proving that he's much more than just a superhero actor. He has also worked with some of the biggest directors in Hollywood, while continuing to build an impressive career. One fun fact that Marvel fans will never forget is Tom's reputation for accidentally revealing spoilers during interviews. Because of this, Marvel Studios often gave him limited information about upcoming movies, making him one of the funniest cast members during promotional events. But while Spider-Man looked up to Iron Man as his mentor, the next character spent years trying to escape the shadow of one of the universe's greatest villains. 12. Karen Gillan. Nebula Karen Gillan delivered one of the most underrated performances in the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe as Nebula. Introduced as a ruthless assassin and loyal daughter of Thanos, her character gradually evolved into one of the franchise's most emotional redemption stories. In Avengers Endgame, Nebula played a critical role during the time heist. However, things took an unexpected turn when the 2014 version of Nebula discovered the Avengers' plan through their connected cybernetic systems. This allowed Thanos to travel into the future, setting up the massive final battle. One of the movie's most memorable moments came when present-day Nebula confronted her younger self. Instead of allowing history to repeat itself, she chose to protect her new family and stopped her past version, completing one of Marvel's greatest character transformations. Back in 2019, Karen spent hours every day in makeup to become Nebula. Her blue skin, cybernetic implants, and shaved head made her almost unrecognizable. Today, in 2026, Karen looks completely different with her natural long red hair and elegant style. She has become a regular at major Hollywood premieres and award shows, where fans often forget she's the same actress who played Nebula. Outside Marvel, Karen has appeared in successful action, comedy, and adventure films. She has also explored writing and directing, showing that her talents extend far beyond acting. A fascinating fact about Karen is that she shaved her head for the role of Nebula during her first Marvel appearance, demonstrating her commitment to bringing the character to life. But despite all these incredible heroes, none of them would have needed to unite if it weren't for one man, the Mad Titan himself.